Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be reviewing the Xpedo Sonik SPD-SL clipless road cycling pedals. Xpedo Sonik pedals combine the brand's expertise and knowledge in lightweight and fast pedals into an SPD-SL compatible form. These pedals undercut the Shimano Dura-Ace pedal weight while not sacrificing any of the performance or capabilities. In terms of packaging, you can see very simply a big cardboard box, a nice little cutout here that actually shows you the pedal, and then the specs for the version we have printed right on here with a little sticker. I'll go ahead and open this up and we'll go over the specs. Retail price ranges from $189 with the CrMo spindle all the way up to $269 with the titanium spindle. We have the titanium version here. They do have a 187-pound limit when you choose the titanium spindle, so you do have to be aware of that. It has a carbon injection molded body, so super lightweight, and you can see very minimal structure just where you need it. And they use a standard square SWP spring for the retention system with an adjustable tension design. You have 3 sealed bearings, so that's why the spindle is a little bit larger, so you have multiple bearings in the inside, and a fully serviceable design with simple hex bolts. In terms of what comes with it, you can see we have the pedals. You do have the warning here. So they do have the warning here for the 187 pounds and the fact that it's not designed for your spin bike, more for road cycling. And then underneath these trays should have all the additional accessories. So we have the instruction manual. And then we also have 2 sets of cleats with different float. I believe one of them 0 and the other one's 4 degrees. That's the main difference between these cleats and maybe the Shimano ones. You get a different float amount, but they should be fully compatible. And you can see they include all the hardware, including the washers and bolts. Now let's take a look at the weight of the pedals. We have the titanium version, so it's the lightest variation. And on our scale, it comes in at 184, so super lightweight. Definitely undercuts the Dura-Ace pedal weight. Visually, the Xpedo Sonik pedals look quite similar to the Xpedo Thrust pedals, with a wide platform and large cutouts. The pedals are currently only offered in this one black color, and you can see it has either titanium or CrMo spindle option. To keep the weight down, this body is actually carbon injection molded, so really lightweight, and as we saw on the scale, this is one of the lightest SPD-SL pedals on the market. In contrast to the Dura-Ace pedals, which have a oversized outboard bearing, with the Xpedo pedals, you have cartridge bearings. You have 3 of them on the inside. So you can see you have a constant diameter all the way through. It makes the side profile a little bit thicker where the Dura-Ace might be flat. But instead of that, you have a nice, very smooth spindle that tapers down. Basic branding here, just have Xpedo there, on the body, on the outboard end cap, and then on the bottom of the body itself. Unlike the Xpedo Thrust pedals, you don't have the multicolored titanium wear plate. This just seems to be a stainless steel or other metal variation. The whole thing is just black and then metal. You can see you also have a standard spring retention system. So rather than using some elastomer, you can see you have a spring on the back. And this will actually move up and down so you can lock your cleat in place. It also is an adjustable design, so you have a simple hex bolt here, and then a gauge that shows low to high, so you can adjust the tension for the desired one you want. So you can make it softer if you're newer to cycling and you want something easier to clip in and out of. But if you do a lot of high effort sprinting or racing, you might want to tighten that up. The other cool thing about these is that everything is serviceable. So you have hex bolts on the outside, and then on the inside you just have cartridge bearings, which they also sell for quite cheap. So very easy to maintain these. You don't have to deal with proprietary parts. Here you can see the pedals installed on our bike, and as you can see, it's very easy to clip in and out of. From the factory, the tension is fairly low, so it's very easy just to slide in. In fact, the click is a little bit quiet too, so we almost forgot it was clipped in because you didn't hear that loud thud. Just kind of slid into place. Never really had problem clipping in and out. With these pedals, they sit up vertically, so when they're not attached to your cleats, they're vertical, and then you just slide forward. Very easy to hook them in. We use both the Shimano SPD-SL pedals and the Xpedo pedal cleats, and they're both interchangeable and had similar performance. You can change the amount of float Xpedo offers different values than Shimano does, so that is one nice thing. But once you find the right float that you like, the performance is almost identical. I found the pedals to be nice and smooth, and just like the Xpedo thrust pedals, they offer really smooth performance that seems to last quite a while. We haven't done more than about 1,000 miles yet, but we do predict this will last quite a while. And then you have the cartridge bearings, which are really easy to service or replace. As far as the titanium experience, we can't really tell if the couple grams does anything, and honestly, it's one of those minimal gain things, but it is smooth and we didn't have any issues riding with it. And thanks to the lightweight, they also look very cool. And you can see when you're done riding, very easy to clip out and easy to keep them clean, as you have all those big cutouts in the pedal. Now let's compare the Xpedo Sonik with other pedals on the market. We actually have the Xpedo Thrust here. So this is the Lokio variation. So very similar. This is also the titanium spindle. And if you put them almost on top of each other, they're nearly identical. The cleats are not identical, though. You can't use the SPD-SL on a Lokio, and you can't do that vice versa. They're just different enough to be incompatible. The SPD are supposed to be a little bit wider, so a nice wider platform. But otherwise very similar. The thing I like about the thrust pedals is that Xpedo added this titanium wear plate, which looks really cool, versus just this steel one, which is just shiny. You can see with more wear and tear, you get marks on here, but still looks good. And that smooth spindle still rotates nice and smoothly. We also have the Shimano 105 pedals. So this is the lower end pedal. The Dura-Ace one just lightens everything up and reduces the thickness. So you can see this one's definitely thicker, but otherwise the form factor is nearly identical. The big difference here with the Shimano setup is, of course, that spindle. So you can see with this one, you have a big outboard bearing versus the cartridge bearings that are actually on the inside of here. So that keeps the spindle exposed with a nice tapered body, but otherwise the same width here. You can also see same tension design, so adjustable tension. There are adjustments on the top and the gauges on the bottom, while the Xpedo has it on top with the adjustment bolt on the bottom. Both the Xpedo, you definitely get the same performance, but a lot lighter weight and a smoother spindle design that hopefully should last longer. Now let's go over the pros and cons of the Xpedo Sonik pedals. What I like about them is they have a very lightweight construction with the carbon injection molded body, and then all the cutouts. It's lighter than a lot of the competitors. It also has a fully serviceable design with simple hex bolts that hold the spindle in place, so very easy to clean and service. You don't need any special tools. Xpedo's also included an adjustable tension design with the wide platform that the SPD-SL is known for, so you can really customize the tension for clipping in and out. The main negative with the pedals is the fact that they do have a low rider weight limit, particularly with the titanium spindle version. Taking everything into account would give the pedals a 9.0 out of 10. They're lightweight and smooth pedals. Thanks for watching this review. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can see more content from us on our website at thesweetcyclist.com, as well as follow us on Instagram at thesweetcyclist. This is The Sweet Cyclist reminding you to enjoy the ride.